I just want to talk about that plane crash yesterday over Washington, D.C. We learning more about the victims, everyone who was on the plane, who died. It was a lot of children on the plane. They were coming back from their figure skating championship. A lot of figure skaters were on the plane and their families. Mothers, fathers, children. A lot of families. A lot of people perished on that plane. It's a catastrophe. It's a tragedy. What happened on yesterday is awful. So it's just a reminder that, you know, nothing is promised here. Every day is a blessing. Nobody saw that coming. No one. The people who were on the plane didn't see it finna happen. No one saw that was gonna happen on yesterday. So that crash, there was a lot of championship skaters on that plane yesterday. And there are no survivors, which is odd because every now and then there will, somebody will survive. But for everybody on the plane, everybody involved died. Even on the Black Hawks for the helicopter, everybody died. So it's sad because a lot of times if there was like a survivor, the survivor could at least tell what happened, kind of, give a recount of what happened or anything. But it's also sad because for the plane crash, they were 10 minutes to landing. It's just so sad. There was a civil rights lawyer on the plane, figure skaters, and some pilots who were soon to get married. They were killed in the American Airlines Black Hawk collision. Officials believe that all 67 people aboard American Airlines flight and an Army helicopter were killed when the two aircraft collided in mid-air while approaching Washington's Reagan National Airport Wednesday night. That was Wednesday night, but I didn't hear about it until Thursday morning. As of reporting, at least 28 bodies, including those of 3 soldiers who were aboard the helicopter, have been pulled from the Potomac River amid an ongoing recovery effort. The crash is still being investigated, and it's going to be investigated forever. Forever. That is a grave mistake, whatever happened. Because air travel, it just goes to show us how we take everything for granted here. We take everything for granted. We just assume, oh, it's going to be okay. Oh, well, we hope it's going to be okay. But the truth of the matter is, it's dangerous. You on an airplane, you 30,000 feet in the air. Anything, if anything happens, no, I know it's a 10 times out of 10, ain't nobody gonna survive. Neither American Airlines nor U.S. aviation authorities have released an official list of the passengers and the crew. Yeah, but we know who was on the plane because their families is coming forward and their families is telling us who was on the plane. But a number of people have been identified through the media, including several young figure skaters. Now that what got me right there, them young people. Seeing them kids, y'all, that is what got me right there. Their coaches and their family members. Because a lot of times when you got kids, the mother and the father, they accompany them to travel. Them kids don't go by themselves. For instance, if you got children who play on any kind of sports team, and they traveling out of town, everybody go. We go with our kids because first off, number one, you know you can't trust people to watch your kids nowadays. Number one. Number two, you go because you know you a fan of your kids and you want to see them skate and you want to see them, you know, play sports. So what's sad is it wasn't just the children, it was parents and families on that plane who were at the competition supporting the children, coaches and family members who were returning from a development camp where it happened last week in Wichita. The figure skating club members, and the most popular person they keep talking about is Spencer Lane. Now he's 16 years old, and his mom Christine. It is horrific. It's just terrible. They say Spencer was, in the best way possible, a crazy kid. He was highly talented, and he had not been skating very long, but he had rocketed to the top of the sport because he liked it, you know. And his mom, Christine, was also on the flight. And she was a creative powerhouse who would do anything for her children. Now she reminds me of me. I would do anything for my children. And my children coaches were just talking about traveling to play basketball. So I, you know, when your kids play sports, you're gonna be right there with them. It is just very, very, very sad. It is very, very, very sad to have such young children to perish. Jenna Hahn, 16, and her mom, Jen. See, these are children and their mothers, children and their families, children and their coaches who perish. Then we have the coach, Yevgenia Shishkova, and Vadim Nemov. This the Russian couple who was on there. And this is their team. They were the former world champion skaters who represented Russia in 1992 and 1994 in the Winter Olympics. They had worked as coaches for the skating club of Boston. See, they take these sports real serious. We take sports serious. Now, y'all know that. We take sports serious. And let's just say this. Everybody travels by plane. NBA, NFL, baseball, skating, hockey. Everybody travels. Everybody travels by plane. You know, so this could have happened to anybody, any one of us. And I think that right there, that's the tipping point. It could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been any one of us, you know. Everything was going well for them. They traveled to the main competitions in America and they had very good students. Many people wanted to work with these coaches. Okay. Then we had Lydia and Everly Livingston. Now these are sisters. These are sisters who they call themselves the ice skating sisters. Sisters, y'all. And they were figure skating champions. Okay. Everly and Lydia Livingston. So I know they were both on the plane, but I don't know if their parents were on the plane with them. They say, we are devastated to hear the news of the American Eagle flight. Our thoughts and prayers is with them. Then we have Coach Ina Volinskaya. Another coach, y'all. Okay. She was a coach at the Ashburn Ice House. See, figure skating is really big. Okay, guys? And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people, when they figure skate, ice skating period is really big. A lot of people go on to play hockey And a lot of people, these kids in particular, they go on to be figure skating competitors, and they'll skate forever because a lot of people don't know how to skate, y'all. But a lot of these coaches, of course, they were skaters themselves, and it's just sad. Okay, it's just sad. It was a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of families on this plane. We got Sean Kay, and he was a member of the University of Delaware figure skating club. Okay, um, what? Where am I from? Why you want to know where I'm from? What is that important? What that got to do with anything where I'm from? That's what I want to understand. What does where I'm from got to do anything with me talking about the plane crash in Washington D.C.? I'm obviously talking about the plane crash in Washington D.C. What does where I'm from has to do with anything? See, we so focused on the wrong thing. You know, we can't focus on what's happening in the world. We got to be focused on where is somebody from. What does that got to do with anything? Where I'm from. That's what I want to know, where I'm from. You want to know where I'm from. And I'm talking about a plane crash that happened in Washington, D.C. I'm obviously telling you the news that happened in Washington, but you want to know where I'm from, though. We got Angela Yang, y'all. This is another child, honey. And it's just, it was a lot of kids, y'all. And I'm going to tell you now, that right there is what got me, y'all. Because kids don't deserve that, y'all. Especially good kids who are doing the right thing. And these kids were doing the right thing, y'all. Figure skating. They weren't getting into no trouble. They weren't causing no problems. They were pursuing their dreams. Angela Yang said, I had so much fun at camp. This before she got on the plane. I'm really going to miss my friends and all the great coaches. I can't wait for next year. But it won't be no next year because she's dead now. Okay? Then we have the coach, Alexander Kirsanov. He's 46 years old. He was just a coach. He was accompanying his skaters to the development camp. They went to a development camp in Wichita, y'all. Before becoming a coach, he was an ice dancer himself. He competed for the USA, Azerbaijan, and Russia. So it was a lot of coaches, a lot of children, a lot of mothers and fathers on that plane. Whole families have perished. And not only was it just Americans, this also affects people in different countries because these are their relatives, okay? So from the American Airlines crew, 3 of the 4 members have been identified. We have the first officer who flies their airplane, Sam Lilly. He's 28 years old. His father confirmed that his son was a pilot, and he was months away from being promoted to a captain. But he got his wings early. He did. He got his wings early, y'all. Samuel was in the prime of his life. He was engaged to a beautiful, wonderful girl, and we were all excited about her joining the family. But she won't have that chance now because he's no longer here. Captain Jonathan Campos, he was 34 years old. An unnamed fellow pilot from the airline told CNN that Campos was on the flight and he had been a captain for American Airlines since 2022. His wife shared the news with a very heavy heart and extreme sadness. Ian Epstein was one of the flight attendants on American Airlines. Okay, so the flight attendant was Ian Epstein. He was 52, and his wife, shared the news. Then we have Kaya Duggins. She was 30 years old, a civil rights attorney for the non-profit Civil Rights Corp in Washington. She was visiting her hometown of Wichita to be with her mother during a surgical procedure before she headed back to D.C. Howard University officials say Duggins was set to begin a new chapter in her life. And that's true. This is a new chapter in her life. See, a lot of times we think that we have more time, but we have to come to the realization that we're not on our time. We're not on our own time. We're on God's time. The University Law School this fall. Harriet's Wildest Dreams, a Black-led community defense hub, posted the following tribute to Duggins on Instagram. They say she was a fierce advocate for justice. She was a passenger on the flight that tragically crashed into the Potomac River last evening. Baby, you ain't got to be on this channel, Deborah Kasai, because you got a problem with how I dress. You ain't got to be on her, baby. All you got to do is swipe, because I know I look good this morning. Now, I don't know about you, because I can't see you, but you sitting up watching me. And you focused on me and what I got on when you ought to be praying about this airplane that went down. Now, won't you focus on that? These people who lost their lives yesterday, instead of worrying about me and what I got on. Don't worry about me and what I got on. I'm doing the work of God right now. What about you? And how you know this ain't the only thing I got to wear? See, people so judgmental and so mean nowadays. You so worried about me dressing properly. What ain't proper about what I got on? What ain't proper? That's the problem with the world. Everybody's so worried about what folks look like. You don't need to be worrying about what I look like. Worry about what yourself look like. And that's why we can't see you, because you don't look like nothing. So don't worry about me and what I look like. All I'm talking about is this airplane that went down with these kids on it. And their families. And their coaches. Kids who was doing the right thing. Kids who were pursuing their dreams. Kids who are gone forever. And you sitting up talking about, please dress properly. You worrying about the wrong thing. And that's the problem with folks in the world today. Everybody worrying about what folks look like. You so focused on me and what I look like this morning, when I obviously got up and got dressed and got ready. What you worried about me for? What I got to do? What me and what I got on got to do with you? That's my question. And please dress properly. What you mean properly? How am I not dressed properly? And I'm minding my own business. Baby, I ain't in Dubai. I know where I'm at. I'm sitting on the couch in Memphis. And I got the right thing on. You heard me. So how is it not proper? And I'm in my living room. I'm just going to ask you that. How is it not proper? Because if I wanted to, I could have on a whole lot less than this. I ain't have to put this shit on. Folks get on my nerve trying to tell me what to do. Deborah Kasai, and you done come on my channel. And you going to tell me what to do? Baby, I don't know. You got the right one this morning, baby. Because I woke up with the hell in me. You heard me. I sure did. And all I'm trying to do is talk about this airplane that went down with the innocent kids on it. And you worrying about what I got on. What I got to do with you? How you know this ain't the only outfit I got? How you know this ain't the only thing that I got to wear? See, that's the problem with people. And you got a problem with how I dress. Let me pin this Cash App so you can send me some money so I can go buy some new clothes. Because that's what you need to do. You need to send me some money, baby. While you got so much to say, baby, we're going to pin this Cash App for you, Deborah Kasai. Since you think you can tell me what to do, and I know I'm funky grown, baby, I got grown a long time ago. You hear me? And I know I'm funky grown. Do you hear me? Yeah, since you got so much to say, why don't you hit that Cash App? And I can go shopping. I can go shopping right now. Do you hear me? Yeah. Yeah, you tap that Cash App, Deborah Kasai, while you telling me what I need to do. You hit that cash app. Because see, what's wrong with you is this. You offended because I'm a black woman on this screen doing my thing. That's what you really want to say. And I can't even not see you because your thumbnail ain't even got your picture on it. You're so ugly. It's all good. But like I say, if you got a problem with what I got on, you can hit that cash app right there, baby. And we can go to the mall right now. Matter of fact, we can head on right now. You hear me? So you hit that cash app. That's what you do, Deborah Kasai. When I'm on here minding my business. All morning I'm talking about nothing but these kids who done died on the airplane crash in Washington. And you worrying about what I got on. You worry because these big titties offending you. That's your problem. You mad because you ain't got none. That's your problem. That's what you mad about. Let's just be for real. You mad. You mad. Because you don't look good. You want to look good. You wish you look good and you don't. Deborah Kasai. Hey, Olivia. So that's what the problem is. But if you, but like I say, that you can hit that cash out out there. And I ain't heard it hit yet. I'm waiting. You can cha-ching it at any moment, baby. But I don't hear nothing, though. Put your money where your mouth is. That's right, yeah. So we got the airplane crash in Washington, D.C., y'all. All these children done died on this airplane, y'all. It's so many children, y'all. They said it was a figure skating, but it was a lot of children on this team, y'all. 16-year-old Spencer Lane, y'all. We got Aledia Livingston and her sister. There's a lot of children on this plane. Thank you, Carl. A lot of children died on this plane crash, y'all. Okay? And we just going over it because it is so sad what has happened, y'all. They say we are heartbroken. Yes, we are heartbroken because it's tragic. Y'all got to see it wasn't just a figure skating team. This was a children's figure skating team, y'all. Yes, it was. And so many children died. Y'all, there was also a group of friends returning from a hunting trip. It was a boys' trip. Okay? And 3 of them died. The Army Black Hawk helicopter. All right? We got a retired Army chief officer. It just was so many people on the plane, y'all. The plane was full. All right? And, you know, something went wrong with the air traffic control. Now, I'm going to say this now, y'all, because there's a lot of controversial theories going around. People are saying that this happened on purpose. Now, I'm not going to say that, okay, because they're saying that this is going to be the beginning of a war somehow. I don't know how they're coming up with that. But something went wrong with air traffic control. Air traffic control, this should never have happened, y'all. Okay? This should never have happened with air traffic control. But on that Black Hawk helicopter, they were training for a night mission. Does that mean they didn't have any lights on? I don't know what that means when a Black Hawk helicopter is training for a night mission. Does that mean that they were flying under the radar? What does that mean? Okay? So something went wrong in air traffic control because the flight, American Airlines flight, was 10 minutes from landing. Now, you know, when you're 10 minutes from landing, what do they tell you? They say, put your phones up, put your tray up, and prepare for descension. Prepare for landing. All right. At that point in time, the airplane should have been in full communication with the tower. There should have been a full communication with the air traffic controller, and they should have been guiding that plane in to Eisenhower. Okay. But instead, what happened? Okay. Because the Black Hawk helicopter should never have been in the same sphere of the American Eagle's flight. Now, we know there are planes coming in, there are planes taking out, there are planes everywhere at the runway. We know that, okay? But this should never have happened with air traffic control. The problem, the mistake is with air traffic control. Now, just so happened The FAA CEO, the man who was running the FAA, he stepped down from the job. Okay? There has not been anyone at the top of the FAA since Trump took office on January the 20th. Okay? Here's what it takes to become an air traffic controller. You know, the air traffic controller, y'all, now that is a stressful job. It pays good. Okay? Air traffic control pays over $100,000 a year. Okay? But this is a stressful job, y'all. First off, there are planes coming in, planes coming out. But on this crash on Wednesday night involving the commercial American Airlines flight and the Black Hawk military helicopter, it has killed 67 people because something went wrong in air traffic control, okay? Because air traffic control is such a stressful job, even though it pays well, because at $100,000 a year, that sound like good money, but it really ain't good money because, you know, the price of everything is so high in the world nowadays. You know, a carton of egg going for $12. Okay, $100,000 is not no lot of money when you pay taxes at 20. What you in 20-30% tax bracket? That breaks it down to 70. All right. Then you come to the grocery store, you pay tax on everything you buy. Okay, that 70 turned to 35,000 real quick. So there is not a lot of people going into air traffic control because the job is so stressful. And like this, when you got a plane crash, everybody at the top of that tower is finna be fired. Okay, they gonna wanna know who was watching that plane and who was watching that helicopter. Because whoever was in charge of that helicopter and whoever was in charge of watching that plane, they in trouble. They is fired and they ain't getting no pension, baby. Okay? And they might be looking at jail time because if they can pin that you had any kind of negligence, any kind of alcohol or drugs in your system, they gonna do some jail time and behind that. You can rest assured, okay? I know you lying, baby. Baby, don't come on this channel trying to tell me what I need to do. Okay? Republican ride share, baby. I don't know who you supposed to be, baby. But you don't come on here telling me what I need to do. Go put a shirt on. Baby, I got a shirt on. And you see it. Okay? Don't tell me what I need to do. Don't come on here telling me what I need to do. Put a shirt on when I'm obviously dressed from head to toe. I got my clothes on for today. And I ain't had to do none of that. Because I'm at my house. I'm in the comfort of my home, sitting on my couch, baby. Okay? Now, what I am trying to do is tell y'all about this airplane that done crash in Washington, D.C. with these kids on it. Okay? Because people don't want to hear that, do they? All these kids done lost their life and done died because something happened in their air traffic controller. Who was watching the plane? Who sent that helicopter in the air and wasn't watching it? See, this could have happened to any one of us, y'all. Me or you. You could have been on that plane too. And so could I. Okay? But see, people don't want to go into their field of air traffic control anymore because of accidents like this. Everybody finna get fired. You can rest assured. Somebody gonna have to pay for this. Okay? And you can rest assured the FAA, the federal, Homeland, everybody is on top of that tower right now. And they want to know who was watching this plane. Who was watching the helicopter? Who wasn't watching? Because you wouldn't watch it. Okay? Somebody probably was drinking on the job. I guarantee you. And if they can find alcohol in anybody's system, you're going down. I'm just going to tell you like that. Because too many people done died. 67 people is assumed dead. This disaster remains under investigation because there is a nationwide shortage of air traffic control. Because see, don't nobody want this job. Oh, no. Don't nobody want that job, baby. You couldn't pay me to sit up on top of that tower and watch them planes. You want to know why, don't you? Because somebody's in trouble. Somebody gonna have to pay, baby. You hear me? Because I tell you, baby, you're not off for 1 minute and them plane crash, your ass is on the line. You can rest assured about that, baby. Y'all is in trouble. The Dwight Eisenhower Airport Tower is under heat, baby. The federals have stepped in. You best to know it. The FAA is on site, and they want to know who was not watching them planes. They want to know who was in charge. They gonna get everybody. The supervisor, the employees, they want everybody. The managers, they want everybody. Because the federals don't play. When the federal come in, when the FAA come in, they want to know who was not watching the plane. And they going to get you. And whoever it was, they going to lose it. They going to get fired. They are going to be fired. Or you're going to be fired, baby. And if they can prove you've been drinking alcohol, drugs, anything in your system, they're going to jail, okay? Because too many people done died, okay? Because of that, don't nobody want this job. Air traffic controller is a stressful job. Because you got to watch them planes. You got to watch it. And I'm going to tell you what else you're watching for. You're watching for a terrorist, okay? See, a lot of y'all don't know about 9/11. But see, I remember where I was on 9/11. I was at the house. I was on my way to college. And I saw that TV. I saw that plane going. I said, what is that? I thought the TV had turned the channel to a movie. I didn't know what I was watching, okay? Air traffic controller, they got to watch for terrorists. They got to watch everything that's going on in the sky. And they sitting there and they watching the screen with dots on it, planes moving through the sky. And if you're not off, you get sleepy, baby. You can't get sleepy on that job. Oh, no, you can't fall asleep on air traffic control. That's why it's called air traffic. Because you're watching the traffic in the sky, okay? Now, all these planes have a black box. The black box is going to tell us what happened. Did the pilot call for a mayday? He couldn't have had time to call for a mayday because the Black Hawk struck the plane. See, that's air traffic control fault, y'all. There was a grave mistake in air traffic control. And Trump says it's because FAA, the top FAA, he stepped down because he didn't want to work for Trump, okay? So here's the thing. Don't nobody want to work in air traffic control, even though the pay is good. The pay is good. Hey, a little bit of something better than a whole lot of nothing, right? Even though the pay is good, nobody want to work there, okay? Because don't nobody want to have their butt on the line? Who want to have their butt on the line? Baby, the plane done went down. Whoever should have been watching that plane, they fired, okay? So don't nobody want to work for air traffic control, okay? Don't nobody want this job, baby. I don't care what the because of the fact that nobody want their ass on the line, okay? Air traffic control, the quality of the talent of air traffic control has went down because don't nobody want this job, okay? With that being said, who was watching the plane then? It's very real easy. Nobody was watching because I know you done seen it. Air traffic control, it may be 3 people up there watching 30 planes. They stand up there. First off, not many people have the talent and qualification to be up there in the tower watching the plane, okay? Even though the pay is good, people have to be certified to watch the planes, okay? Not many people have the education to watch the planes. There's very easy, nobody was watching the planes. It could be nobody was watching the plane because there may have been only 3 people in the tower walking around in a circle. They walk around in a circle and they all watching the screen. And when they see a threat, that's when they go into action. But then it's too late. See, and I believe that's what happened, okay? Because here's the thing. If someone was actively monitoring the plane, they had a mix-up. They sent that Black Hawk helicopter in the sky, and they had no idea American Airlines was coming in and the Black Hawk was going out. Okay, that's what happened. They did not have anyone watching the planes. That's all it was. Because the job is so stressful. People can't do all. Look, people, let's just be for real. I don't care what the job pay. If it's gonna stress me out, I can't do it, baby. People can't do this stuff no more, y'all. People can't do this stuff, y'all. These jobs are stressing people out, okay? It don't matter what the job pay. If you're gonna have to go home with a headache, it ain't worth it, okay? And that's what air traffic control is, okay? So who can become an air traffic controller? First off, to become an air traffic controller, you have to be a U.S. citizen. Now, that eliminates half the people in America right now. Because we know America is full of immigrants, okay? All these people over here in America, and half of them ain't even not legal in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Half of these people is facing deportation right now because they're immigrants and not USA citizens. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, the second thing is you have to be registered with the USA military for the draft. You must be younger than 31 years. Now I'm going to tell you, 31 years old. Now I'm asking you, do you trust yourself going into the sky knowing that you have someone younger than 31 years old? First off, it shouldn't matter how old a person is. What they need to be focused on is who got perfect vision. Now, that should be a qualification for air traffic control, having perfect vision. Because you need to be able to see them dots on the screen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Age ain't nothing but a number. And see, that's what's happened to a lot of people here in America nowadays with these jobs. People assume because you old, you out. Okay? Everybody is so focused on age and how old she is. Okay? Because America ain't no place for an old man. Especially not no old woman. Okay? So, if you're too old, you can't do this. And if you're too young, you can't do that. Okay? But to be air traffic controller, you got to be under 31 years old. Okay? You have to have 4 years of college experience. And you have to be able to speak English clearly. Now, I totally understand. Yeah, I agree with that. Because we don't need to be air traffic controller and can't not speak English. Okay? Now, that's a big problem. We up in the sky, and you don't know what that person on the... You don't know what they saying on the screen. Okay? I agree. And you have to be willing to relocate because there are shortages. Yeah, there are shortages. Because don't nobody want no stressful job in 2025. Don't nobody want to do this. Okay? Now, when you meet all the qualifications, you can apply for the FAA training program. Okay? Entry level, you're going to go to Oklahoma City FAA Training Academy. And you're going to be paid to do FAA, okay? After graduating from the training, individuals are placed in locations across the country, and they're going to have 1 to 3 years of on-the-job experience, which is not enough time, okay? That's not enough time because you got people's lives on the line. But because nobody wants the job, okay, they're going to make it easy for you to do this because FAA, you're going to be working up there in the tower, air traffic control, And don't nobody want the job, y'all. People don't want to have to be responsible like this, because there is a shortage of people qualified. It's not what it used to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? It used to be lots of people doing this, but people don't want to do this anymore because now you got one person watching 30 planes. Okay, see, that's how things happen here because of all the technology. But see, we got to take things back to the old way because we got all this technology, all this Bluetooth, all this Wi-Fi. But guess what? It could not save the plane from crashing. Okay? It could not. Okay? Excuse me? Baby, no, Cliff, you need to get the hell up off of this channel, baby. Baby, you don't need to see my ass. Why you think you need to see my ass when I'm obviously on here talking about air traffic control? I'm talking about this plane that killed kids. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a plane crash in D.C. that killed kids. That killed 67 people, and you on my channel worrying about ass. Now tell me how that makes sense. Can somebody please tell me what my ass got to do with 67 kids? 67 people that done died innocently? People that done lost their life. They would never come back again. But you on here worrying about ass. See, that's what's wrong with the world. People want to know what's wrong with the world. That's what's wrong with the world. It's folks worrying about the wrong thing. You on this channel, you ain't worrying about the kids that died on the airplane. You ain't said rest in peace. You ain't said none of that. You want me to stand up so you can see my ass. Now my question is this. Where did my ass come into the conversation? When did I say ass? Did I ever say anything about my ass? That's my question, okay? See, people so worried about the wrong thing. You're worried about the wrong thing, Cliff Gathers. You're worried about the wrong thing. That's what you're doing. You're worried about the wrong thing, okay? When we is on this channel, we is talking about the DC plane crash. And that's all I've been talking about. I'm talking about the Black Hawk helicopter and the DC plane crash that killed kids. It killed 67 innocent people. Cliff Gathers, but you want to know about ass. See, that's what's wrong with the world today, y'all. People want to know what's wrong with the world. Well, Cliff Gathers is what's wrong with the world. So focused on ass, you can't focus on nothing else. You focus on the wrong thing. Back to this topic at hand, y'all. Because I know I got some mods in here that can get him out of here. Get Cliff Gathers blocked, okay? Let's get him out of here because I got to figure out how to work this YouTube. Because if I'm going to be on here, I'm going to have to figure out how to get some of these folks out of here. You block Cliff, okay? I'm trying to figure out how to get him out of here, how to get him blocked. Because we got to be focused on what's going on in the world. See, people so busy focused on the wrong thing. They ain't focused on what's going on in the world today. We focus on the fact that all these kids have died on the airplane. Innocent children, y'all, who were pursuing their dreams of being figure skating champions. Figure skating champions, y'all. They had a whole world in front of them. They could have done it. Olympic champions, you know. These are children who could have went all the way, y'all. They had everything they needed to achieve their dreams. But because of a grave mistake in air traffic control, the planes crashed and 67 people lost their lives. I tell y'all, January 29th, January 30th will be a day that will be in history forever of air traffic control. Some things are going to have to change here in America. Some things are going to have to change here in America with our air travel. Ever since 9/11, air traffic, traveling by air has been different. Ever since 9/11, traveling by air has been different. It will never be the same. And now we see not only is it homeland security, but it's also air traffic control, because you 30,000 feet up in the air and ain't nobody watching the plane. Ain't nobody watching the planes. Now y'all know something about that ain't right. People done been drinking all night, smoking all night, partying all night, and then when they get in there, they so enticed by the $100,000 money. You're gonna make $100,000 a year. They sign up, but guess what? They too sleepy. They ain't watching the plane. Or guess what? They watching so many planes, they ain't watching the plane. Do you understand what I'm saying? They relying on the technology to alert them. But when the technology alert them, it's too late. The crash has already happened. Okay? So y'all, this air traffic controller is a serious, serious situation, because everybody is traveling by plane. You know, I have a friend and he travels every plane. At least that's where he's okay. But I tell you like this. Even though it seems that traveling by plane is good. See, that's why I don't travel by plane. If I can't drive there, I don't want to go. Because I can't put my life in someone else's hand. I don't know what happened. Was it the pilot of American Airlines? Was it the pilot of the Black Hawk? Or was it the air traffic controller? You can tell me what you think. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Who do you think is responsible? Is it the air traffic control? Is it American Airlines? Or is it the Black Hawk? Who is responsible? They say to become an air traffic controller, you need to be confident, calm, resilient, and able to think in a 3D dimension. Okay? Because you gotta understand, when the planes is in the air, y'all, they are inches away from crashing. On the screen, the planes look like little dots, but in reality, they are inches away from crashing. And that is also a part of greed. It's a part of American greed, in that we are sending so many planes into the sky because they got to get them flights in. Okay? American Airlines got them planes taking off back to back to back. You ever sit and watch a plane take off? They take off back to back to back. Yeah, them planes taking off now. Or you go to an airport and you watch them planes take off. Them planes taking off back to back to back. And you want to know why? Yeah, them planes taking off back to back to back because of money. They taking off back to back because of greed. Okay? See, it really ain't all about safety no more in America. It's about money and it's about greed. Yes, that's right. So y'all let me know, who do you think is responsible? And I'll see you next time.